Why is India, the world's largest democracy and now the fastest growing major economy, attracting the world's attention like never before? As of 2024 to 25, India's GDP is growing at an estimated 6.5%, outpacing every other major economy on the planet, a pace projected to continue in 2025 to 26 according to official government data. This is not just an economic statistic, it is a story of strategic vision, policy execution, and national willpower under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has repeatedly emphasized that India's rise is rooted in Vikasbhi, Vishwasbhi, development with trust, backed by a philosophy of self-reliance, global engagement, and inclusive growth. India's journey to this point has been long and deliberate. After independence in 1947, the nation adopted a socialist, state-led economic model under Jawaharlal Nehru. The Green Revolution of the 1960s and 70s transformed agriculture, while the 1980s cautiously opened the doors to private enterprise. The watershed moment came in 1991, when a balance of payments crisis triggered sweeping economic liberalization, unleashing market forces and integrating India into the global economy. Over the following decades, reforms in taxation, trade, telecom, and finance set the stage for sustained growth, but it is in the last decade, under Modi's governance, that India has accelerated its trajectory with a combination of economic, technological, and geopolitical strategies. From day one of his premiership in 2014, Modi articulated a vision for a new India by 2047, the centenary of independence, rooted in initiatives like Atmanirbhar Bharat, Self-Reliant India, Digital India, Make in India, and the multi-trillion rupee PM Gati Shakti infrastructure master plan. These are not slogans, they are coordinated policy frameworks backed by data, targets, and resources. The result is visible across sectors. Record foreign direct investment inflows of over $70 billion in 2023 to 24, services exports reaching $387 billion and total exports, goods and services combined, touching $825 billion, the highest ever in India's history. Unlike China's manufacturing export-heavy model, India's growth is powered by a unique combination of domestic consumption, services, and digital innovation, while gradually strengthening manufacturing capacity through production-linked incentives, PLI. The launch of Reliance Jio in 2016 triggered the world's largest mobile data revolution, driving internet penetration from 19% in 2015 to over 60% by 2024. Coupled with the success of the Aadhaar biometric ID system, the Unified Payments Interface, UPI, and now 5G deployment, India has become a digital economy giant, enabling financial inclusion for over 500 million people. The Modi government has also leveraged India's youth advantage, 65% of the population is under 35, through skills development, startup funding, and global trade positioning. Strategically, India has maintained an independent foreign policy, engaging with the United States, Russia, Japan, the EU, and the Global South simultaneously, while playing leading roles in the G20, Quad, BRICS, and the International Solar Alliance. This multi-vector diplomacy ensures India remains a bridge between developed economies and emerging nations. As External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has stated, India will not be boxed into any one camp. Our partnerships will be guided by national interest. Infrastructure is another pillar of this growth. PM Gati Shakti integrates rail, road, port, and air networks into a unified logistics grid, targeting reduced transportation costs and faster delivery times for industry. States like Uttar Pradesh are now overtaking Maharashtra in energy demand, a signal of rapid industrialization and clean energy adoption. On the industrial front, sectors like defense manufacturing, semiconductors, and renewable energy are receiving unprecedented policy support, with the aim of making India not just self-sufficient but also a global exporter. Of course, challenges remain. Balancing rural and urban growth, tackling income inequality, reducing import dependence in edible oils and critical minerals, and meeting climate commitments are ongoing priorities. India's ethanol blending program, for instance, has been a success in reducing fuel imports, but policymakers are mindful of ensuring food security and agricultural balance. International institutions have advised that India must sustain growth above 7% annually to achieve high-income status by 2047, which will require continued reforms in labor, education, and productivity. Yet, optimism prevails. Leading industrialists project India to be a $25 trillion powerhouse by 2050, with the demographic dividend, technological innovation, and infrastructure expansion driving this transformation. In the words of Prime Minister Modi at the 2023 G20 summit in New Delhi, India's time has arrived. We will lead not by dominating others, but by serving as a trusted partner to the world. India's fast growth is not an accident, it is the result of decades of reform, sharpened in the last decade by focused leadership, strategic autonomy, and a belief in India's ability to shape its own destiny. The world is watching, but more importantly, India is moving, with confidence, ambition, and purpose, towards becoming a global powerhouse in its own right. The question is no longer whether India will rise, it is how high and how fast. So, what's your take on this journey? Are we on track to meet the vision of a fully developed India by 2047? Share your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more deep dives into India's rise.